Yes, hello. Oh God, why is it every show I start? All right, before you all comment, I know what's coming. What's up with the table? What's up with the extra table? I didn't have it. I added some space, and I'm getting close to being happy of what I want here, because now I'm in like a horseshoe. But this table here to my right might be a little too much. First of all, it blocks the view of the dogs, which I know some of you are going to be like, oh, that's it. I'm never listening to him again. Screw him. This is not going to stay up, by the way. Stay there. Stay there. I had to make some sign adjustments because of the changes to the room. This is a very, very finicky camera shot. So, I added a little bit of space to this room, to this table space. But I think I might need actually a little bit of a smaller table here in order to pull it off, because it just kind of eats up the room, you know. And so you'll notice that. You'll notice also a couple of the signs have moved. I'm not even sure if that's going to stay the way it is right now. I know this isn't really anything interesting. Why are you even telling us about this? Well, it's because it's kind of how it's going to be today. I have some amazing things to tell you about that I am just unbelievably excited to tell you about. Hang on. I know you're like, what are you doing with the microphone? I know. I got to adjust it. Just relax. Trust me, I got this. The live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast brought to you by the newly moved sign for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Okay. If you need a mortgage, call on Mario 231-332-6505. Love this guy so much. His sponsorship and all the sponsorships on the show really, really mean the world. Thank you for helping me so that I can do what I do. I talk about you. You help me. Audience goes and calls upon you when they need stuff like mortgages or whatever it may be. 231-332-6505. Mortgage rates are at an all-time low. And if this is okay, so not everybody needs a mortgage right now. But if you do, I want you to just call upon him and pick his brain. That doesn't mean you're committed or anything. I understand you got your uncle who does mortgages, and he's your go-to guy. I get it. Just at least put Mario to work and make him do the heavy lifting about trying to make you one of the people that calls upon him for a mortgage. He's really good. You're going to love this guy. He's just like a big, giant teddy bear. One of the most enormous people I've ever been around. And I'm not saying that like, say, oh, my God, you're being insulting. No, I mean, like, he's like one of the tallest, largest humans. I mean, like, his bones are like five times the size of a normal man. Him and Nate, who works with him, and they, by the way, both coach football at Fruitport. I'm like, you guys are just big, giant people. I feel very safe around you. Do you realize that? You have a very a comforting vibe with your looming size. I just want to kind of hang around you. I feel like I'm sheltered. Thank you to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Meanwhile, if you're into the Byron Center, Michigan area, which a lot of people are, it is a growing, awesome place to live. The place to work out is F45, right in the Family Fair Shopping Plaza. F45 in Byron Center, online at F45training.com/Byron Center. That's where you go and you get a week free. Not bad. All right, F45 in Byron Center. You show up, group of people. When we get back to working out, socially distanced, group training, you got the leader of the group with the microphone saying, come on, work harder. You can do it. You're doing great. This is perfect for first-timers. It's perfect for people who've been working out for a long, long time. F45, functional is what the F stands for. 45 is how many minutes the workout, each workout is. They go all throughout the day. They kind of like bring people in, they do the workout, they leave, new group comes in. You just pick your time and off you go. First, the hardest thing to do is the very first visit. I'm telling you, that's the way it always is. Thank you to F45 and Byron Center. This show comes to you each and every weekday morning right here from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. The Eric Zane Show podcast for the 18th of December 2020 begins right now.
Hey, this is Patriot Nick, and you're listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast, where if you don't like what the host says, he'll threaten to fight you in the streets.
Yeah, I will. Hey, I'll freaking break your face.
Wait, that's not the right clip.
Yes, I have to fight you in the street now.
There you go.
Shut up.
Now, here's your host.
I'll fight you in the street.
Eric Zane.
He's your
I don't
host.
care where it is. I will fight you in the street.
Yeah, I wish I could fight. I don't dare fight now because if I fought now, somebody'd punch me in the only kidney I have and make that thing miserable. And then I'm like, hey, I need a kidney. Can someone donate a kidney to me? I got to protect the one kidney I have. Boy, I look handsome today. I love this gear that the Grand Rapids Drive gave me. It makes me look just like a handsome devil. I really am handsome and very humble, too. Terry, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Tim Kuiper, oh, my God. A new grandpa. Adam up north is there. My cousin John. The Risings are in the house. I love you. I love the name. I've always loved the name Rising. Spread the word amongst the family. I need more Risings listening, John. I would love that. The multi-talented Stella Fly Laura is here. Spirit animal right there. Patriot Nick says Eric wants to be cradled by big giant men. Yes. No. I mean, maybe. I wanted to be cradled by someone yesterday. Wait till you hear what happened to me. My God. All right, Jason here. Rick Steinebach. Jason says, the Eric Zane Show sign should be the highest. Sorry, Megan. Yeah, and your view on the camera, I could see that Irvine's is cut off is cut off a little bit. I'll fix that for the next show. Sorry about that. Yeah, you know, I do my best with the signs. It's an absolute abortion trying to find space. I know I got a little bit more on this side. Maybe we'll utilize that. There's definitely some changes going on right now with this table that's wrecking everything for some of you folks as the dogs are a little bit obscured. I apologize for that. But my gosh, welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast. The weekend is here and not a moment too soon. Holy cow. This show, plain and simple, is live every morning at about this time. Late again today. Because of room issues. I was straightening things up in here, but I was ready, and there's another reason why I was so damn late, and I'll get to that as part of my stories that I want to tell you on this show today. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube each and every morning. If you want the show live, you got the visual element. Some of you folks don't even watch it. You just put the sound on or whatever. Just listen while you're driving, while it's happening live. That is cool. I appreciate that. I can do that on Discord too, but I haven't got around to setting that up yet. All right. So, but anyway, live on Facebook, brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Not to mention Twitter, a Periscope video brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Love Blue Frost IT. I am at Eric Zane Show on Twitter and YouTube. You can find me on YouTube. Just search Eric Zane Show, brought to you by F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. On YouTube, please subscribe and hit the bell notifications. And again on Facebook, share it. Okay? At the end of the day, I look back at the stats. I see, 3 people shared your video. Now, if you're listening right now or watching right now, share it right this second. Hit the share button, add it to whatever it is your page is or your wall. And then so people can see, they might like the show, and off we go. You can also get the show wherever you download podcasts. The audio podcast is available shortly after the completion of the show. I make it available on all of the podcasting platforms. And you can also subscribe by going to ericzaneshow.com, where it says free podcast, and taking care of it there. As always, email me on the Shoreliners Striping inbox Eric at ericzaneshow.com. If you have any thoughts, questions, concerns, you want to, whatever, make a comment about something that I've talked about on the show, or you have a question about anything, you wouldn't believe how often I hear from people asking about like advice. Hey, can I bounce something off you, Zane? Absolutely. Sometimes that's therapy for some people. They're like, hey, I gotta tell someone this, or I gotta ask them their opinion about this. That's cool. I love that. I love to help in any way I can. My ride into work song this morning is, oh my gosh, it's so simple yet so amazing. It's like not even 3 minutes long. Okay. It's a live recording. There's no video of this that exists. Only audio of two legends, Elton John and John Lennon. Now, Lennon was killed this month 40 years ago. Yeah, so that was 1980 when that happened. His last public performance, which is mind-boggling to me, was 1974. So 6 years prior to his death was the last time anybody saw or heard him play. And it happened, the world-famous Madison Square Garden concert, 1974, New York City. Elton John was on stage. And what had happened was, months earlier, Elton John and John Lennon wrote and performed a song called Whatever Gets You Through the Night. Lennon was inspired to write that song because he was staying up all night in the Dakota apartment watching late night TV. And there was some preacher on there talking about, ladies and gentlemen, if you have the power of God, whatever gets you through the night, whatever gets you through the night, please, please, power of God, whatever gets you through the night. And Lennon goes, that's a song. So he gets on the phone, he calls up Elton John, he goes, hey, motherfucker, we got to write this song. And he's like, what are you talking about, man? It's way early in the morning. He goes, I know, but I just got inspired. I want to write this song. It's going to be called Whatever Gets You Through the Night. And so Elton John says, all right, let me call Bernie Taupin. So they get on a call and they're like, all right, whatever gets you through the night. And they make this big deal about it. And then Elton says, I'm going to help you perform the song. But I have a feeling the song is going to go number one in the U.S. And John Lennon says, well, no, it's not. It's a song I want to make, but it's not going to be number one. Elton John says, no, I swear to God, it's going to be number one. If I'm helping you write it and Bernie's helping you write it, it's going to be number one. John Lennon says, fuck you. And Elton John says, no, come on, let's have sex. And, John Lennon says, all right, okay, great. So they had sex. And then afterwards, I don't know about that part. Elton John says, look, if it goes number one, I know you don't like public appearances. You have to join me on stage to pay off the bet. Okay? And John Lennon says, all right, I'm so certain this song won't be a number one hit. This is all true. You can look it up. It's documented. Sure as shit, the song goes number one. And then, so at this concert, Elton John says to the crowd in New York City, because, basically John Lennon jumps in a cab and he's at Madison Square Garden in about 8 minutes from where he lived. Elton John, and it was on Thanksgiving in 1974. And Elton John says, being that it's Thanksgiving, I figured I'd call out a special guest, ladies and gentlemen, John freaking Lennon. And there he is, man. Holy shit. 34 years old John Lennon struts out on stage with Elton John. And what did they do? They busted out the song, Whatever Gets You Through the Night. Oh, my God. It's like a rowdy, awesome song. And then they finished that. And Elton John and John Lennon, and they sang Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Awesome. And then they finished it up with I Saw Her Standing There, which is my ride into work song at the end of this podcast. Only on the audio podcast. I can't play it on the on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter because I'll get a copyright ticket. And I probably shouldn't even post it on the audio podcast, but you know me, ask for forgiveness rather than permission. And at the start of the song, Lennon, because Lennon did not sing that song. That's a Paul McCartney. That's one that he sang. And you could tell that Lennon was still butthurt because he starts it by saying, this is a song that I've never performed, but I figured out how to play it with Elton here. And it's by an old estranged fiance of mine named Paul. So, you know, there was a little bit of saltiness still left over. Here we are 3.5 years after the end of the Beatles' legendary performance of Elton John and John Lennon doing I Saw Her Standing There. Kenny, shut up. I'm not even looking at the comments. I'm just assuming you're making some kind of snarky old man rock joke about me. All right. Josh writes, that was quite the story to get into the Ride to Work song. Well, that's how it's got to be today, Josh. I don't want to hear it. Marcy is here. Adam, Adam knows the song, Whatever Gets You Through the Night. You know why? Because he's old like me, and he likes great music like me. Adam is another spirit animal. Okay, I've got a lot of spirit animals that are in attendance for this show. Oh, my God. What a day. I have such great news to tell you about. One of my favorite artists right now is Ray Wiley Hubbard. None of you have heard of him. I've mentioned him before. But in one of his songs called Conversation with the Devil, which is just a clever, awesome song, one of the lines he wrote was, some get... how does it go? Something. I've learned a lot in life. Or I've changed a lot in life, except just giving up red meat. Some get spiritual. Some get spiritual when they see the light. Some when they feel the heat, which is basically some people become religious because something bad happens to them or they do something bad. And they're like, oh, shit, I better change my way. So I guess I'm a little bit like that at times, maybe. But others, when they see the light, and I honestly believe that I have seen the light. I know this sounds nuts, but something's going on, man. And I actually heard from a friend of mine named Matt just yesterday. He goes, man, I love it when you talk about like religion and Jesus and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I know. I can't help it. It just happens. It flows out of me. You won't believe the shit that is going through my brain right now, man. Oh, and to me, it all ties into a great big puzzle. It really does. Okay. This show might take a while today because I have that type of vibe of energy. And I always start out the shows with post-surgery with a ton of energy. Just like, oh, can't wait. I get a little tired at the end of them. My God, you can actually see it drain out of my face. But the energy lasts longer and longer each show. But I feel great today. Really, really feeling it. The news I got yesterday made me sit down and weep. And some of you already know this, but posting about it on Facebook or Twitter doesn't do it justice. I must tell you this story. It was so profound to me, and it is all tied into kidneys somehow, because I believe it has something to do with, I don't know, how I'm living or I have no clue. But that's the way I'm looking at it. I couldn't believe it. And let me just get out in front of it by saying my prayers were answered. And as I indicated, I might even cry telling you about it. I have to be buttoned up. I have to be on guard to not have that happen. Just can't wait to tell you this story. The great food giveaway. I've got an update for you, the latest as the final plans are being made for this thing. And I am just so extremely proud of all of this and all of you. Man, it's just fantastic. And this is all the great food giveaway kind of ties into what I was talking about with how I'm just kind of on fire these days. That's what Casey Jones said when he came in here to interview me about the great kidney giveaway. He goes, you seem like you're on fire. I go, I know it, man. I know it. I can feel it. Diana and I are looking out for each other and this family concerning COVID. And it's a good thing. I'll explain. Yesterday, I told you about the restaurant in this area that rather than pointing fingers and being bitches and wasting energy on things that they can't control, Jimmy's COVID house, they've decided to save their business, keep everyone working, get tens of thousands of dollars in publicity as a byproduct just by a little pivot. All right? I love this. I placed a phone call to Kim Campbell, the owner of the Sand Bar and Grill in Middleville, Michigan, the Gun Lake area, to talk about it. I love Kim Campbell and her restaurant. Guy who sued his parents over his thrown-out porno collection is back in the news. The story broke yesterday between the end of the free podcast and the Patreon. So I did cover it to some degree on the Patreon, but it needs the full exposure. This guy, what a fucking animal. Excuse me. I got a visit yesterday from Zaniac Chris /Zaniac/friend Chris, who reminded me of just how loved we are in this household and how thankful I am. I'm going to cover that. So yeah. This morning, let me just say that it was really weird this morning. Part of the reason why I was late was because it was dog related. And so I'm in this room and I go downstairs to get the second cup of coffee. Got to have 2 cups of coffee before you do the show. I go down there and there's Diana. There's Diana, and she's a little bit befuddled, and she goes, "I think I'm going to need your help." And I go, "What's up?" And she's got like dog poop bags, and I go, "Uh-oh, never good. If you're walking around with poop bags throughout the house." And she goes, "Yeah, there was a disaster in the living room." Now, this is a bad deal for No Filter Kevin, who is always grumpy, especially when he wakes up first thing in the morning. He probably is pissed off at Ken Jennings about something. And so he is not in the room, and because he has informed Diana that there's shit everywhere. Some dog has had an accident. I mean, bad. And it's an absolute train wreck. So he's like, "I'm a damn dog, take a shit. Holy shit, motherfucker, Ken Jennings, damn, take a shit, motherfucker, shit." It's like, dude, relax. We have things to clean this. You can't respond with all of this right now. No one needs this. So I spare him the lecture. I don't want to talk to him anyway because he's freaking out. And Diana's trying to clean it up. Kevin can't help because he can't bend over. So, oh shit, here we go. There I am, 20 minutes before the show starts, and this area rug in the TV room is it's absolutely looks like a fucking bingo scorecard. And imagine the numbers on the bingo scorecard, and they got like it's almost a bingo every direction because each letter is covered with shit. And so, I just spit badly. It's terrible. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, well, we might as well just roll up the carpet and throw it away. But I'm like, no. So I had to get the carpet cleaner and, do a number on that. That thing is amazing, man. If you have an animal, you must have a pretty solid piece of equipment, a carpet extractor, not a shitty one. Get a good one. Spend the money. Have that thing at the ready. Keep it in tip-top running shape in case you need it. And man, did we ever. So, all right. It was so bad that the bingo scorecard was completely covered. And then also on the ceramic tile, there was shit as well, but it wasn't turds. It was like the dog ate grease or something like that. I had to go and use a putty knife and scrape up the shit in order to get it up. I mean, this was a thorough job that needed to be done. Welcome to the morning. I hope you're not eating breakfast. You probably are. Okay, so then it's at that point that I might be like, well, this is what it takes when you have dogs. Holy crap, you gotta do this type of thing. And I'm like, no problem. There's nothing today that could happen that would make me in any way a bad mood because of what I'm about to tell you about right now. And this is so profound to me that when the story ended, I then wrote a chapter of the book. Like, no joke, like 10 pages. I wrote 10 pages of book yesterday, which I am writing the book. The book has to do with the Great Kidney Giveaway because to me, this is tied in some way, shape, or form. As I indicated to you, the idea that, okay, what the hell struck me to give away this kidney? What the hell struck me to do this? What is happening here? And you've all heard that story, and it makes me cry every damn time. But, I've also felt this pulling at me and this calling about things like the Great Food Giveaway after these ideas are presented to me and helping people. And I'm a total asshole and always will be. But at the same time, I really want to help people. And so I think that that's extremely important in everything that we do. And that could be as simple as just saying hi to someone or talking to them or just, paying attention and you'll figure it out as you go. So when then things like this happen to me, in my mind, I'm like, is this how it works? Is it when you be this kind or you be kind to someone or you help someone or you extend yourself or you maybe look for these little mysteries and try to solve them on your own? Maybe good things will happen to you. I don't know. But all I know is that this happened yesterday, and I'm going to share it with you right now. And I had to sit down, and I was sobbing, and here it is. So 1 week and a day ago, it was last Thursday, I was in Los Angeles, and I got the word, and a lot of you saw it on Patreon where I broke down because I got word that Benny, the one-eyed wonder dog, who I wish I could have in here right now, but he's such a freaking hyper scared dog because of what happened to him when he was living in Texas. Abused dog. I got this terrible news that he's got bladder cancer and he's going to die. So, I mean, that was just the worst. And, it was described to me as his growing tumor inside of his bladder. It's inoperable. There's not much you can do for it. And, he won't experience any discomfort until the tumor blocks where the tube leaves the bladder so he can pee. Once that happens, he's in great pain and discomfort. Oh, my God. So I spent Thursday of last week like, well, I got to go. I got to land Saturday from my trip to California and immediately have the dog put to sleep. Oh, my God. Because, I've gone down this road before, and I've talked with animal people, experts, and they go, yeah, you can't hang on to the dog just because you're going to miss the dog. The key is to end the suffering. Euthanasia is absolutely important when it comes to a dog because they can't tell you, and so I was just a mess. The idea that had to happen. So great anxiety, awful, murdered. Friday, Saturday, come home Saturday, cried myself to sleep Saturday night, cried myself to sleep Sunday night, cried myself to sleep Monday night. I'm an absolute mess. Why didn't I put the dog to sleep? Sorry, I'm messing up the story already. The next day, Friday morning, actually, from California, I get up at 6 a.m. It's 9 a.m. Michigan time. I call these experts over at, they're called Blue Pearl. And that's where they have a dog cancer specialist, an oncologist, Dr. Swanson. And the folks at my vet said, you got to call Dr. Swanson, see what she thinks. Now, she's in high demand. Okay, there's not a lot of these people that exist. They go, okay, well, first thing we got to do, we got to see the dog. I go, okay, great. Bring her in right now. They go, no, you can't. She's booked up until New Year's Eve. Like, oh, shit, really? Yeah. We'll put you on the cancellation list. If someone cancels, we'll call you. I'm like, oh, my God. So I'm like, okay, well, so I call my the dog's main vet, Dr. Karen. I go, okay, so the dog's got cancer in the bladder. Yes, we see it. We did an ultrasound. It's there. Tumor's right there. Can't miss it. We've seen it a million times. Now I'm like, oh, shit. I go, well, is it going to grow? Now it's like 20 days till I can see this cancer doc for the dog. What do I do? They go, it should be okay, just as long as it doesn't block the ureter. Okay. I did a little research on this type of cancer, and ultimately the dog's dead. Okay. They say anywhere from 4 months, maybe a little longer. There's just not a lot of options. Oh my God, fuck. A couple articles are online about how they have improved treatments, and it's not quite as much of a death sentence as it was, because back in the day, you find out the dog has this type of cancer, you put the dog to sleep. That's it. Put the dog to sleep. So I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. There's nothing worse than when your pets are struggling. And so I'm waiting. And I'm a mess around the house here. And it's like really, really bugging me. And I'm even going to Madison, who's not upset. And I'm like, how are you? I mean, we might have to put Benny to sleep. Oh my God, we love this dog so much. We've grown so close to him after the weirdo start that he had when he showed up at the house. You know, people know the history of Benny. I don't want to go down that road about how we got him and stuff. But I mean, he's really great. And so she's telling me, I'm like turning to Madison, my emotional 18-year-old daughter, about how to get through this. I'm just an absolute wreck. Wednesday, I get a phone call from Blue Pearl. Dr. Swanson had a cancellation. Benny can come in Thursday at 11 a.m. I go, oh, shit, yeah. All right. Score one for the good guys, you know? That's yesterday. Now, the plan is Benny gets dropped off. They got COVID protocols. You just drop the dog off, and that's it. He's got his baby, his platypus, his duck, or whatever it is. He leaves the house with the stuffed animal in his mouth. I've got a video actually of him leaving the vet with it in his mouth. It's hilarious. I'll show it to you. And you know, he's going to stay there for a couple hours while they get to the bottom of what's going on. Jacqueline does this for me. I'm here. So I'm like, all right. So I was happy that they got him in. And the doc has all of the notes from the previous exam where the vet did all the ultrasound, determined, and has their synopsis of everything that's happened. And so she reads all of that, and she does an exam on the dog, gives him the once over, you know, and calls Jacqueline and says, okay, yes, this bladder cancer, the tumor is about this. And Jackie is telling me, she goes, okay, this is what the doctor has learned. What is it, Jackie? The doctor has learned that the tumor is about the size of a nickel. And I go, well, that already sounds better than what was in my mind. In my mind, it was the size of a freaking cantaloupe, you know? And she goes, no, it's the size of a nickel. And, there is potential based on where it could be to actually extract it, but it's tricky. And it's kind of all going by me in a blur, and I know I'm messing up some of the details, but essentially the treatment protocol is to possibly remove it and possibly regiment him with some expensive medicines and other things. And then they have to determine all sorts of stuff that's very technical. But the long and the short of it was, I get great news. And the news is that she says that she thinks that in about a year, he would be overcome by the cancer. And I'm like, well, that is a hell of a lot. Bruce, what are you doing? That is a hell of a lot better than, hold on a second. Please don't tell me you're going to take a dump. I don't think he is. That's a hell of a lot better than what I had thought. So I was very, very happy with that news. So I'm like, that's a lot better than what we had, in store. And I hang up. And then about 10 minutes passes, and it's FaceTime again. And it's Jackie. And she goes, well, Benny, there's nothing wrong with him. And I'm like, what? And I thought, no, she said, Benny is cancer free. And I thought, oh yeah, that's funny. And I didn't quite get the joke, and I didn't get why she was making that statement. And I'm like, I'm just kind of staring at her, waiting for her to talk more. And she's just staring back at me. And I realize she's waiting for me to talk. And I go, wait, what? What are you talking about? And she goes, there's nothing there. There's nothing. There's nothing in his bladder. There's no problem. There's no cancer. She did an ultrasound like twice. And she said, there's nothing wrong with your dog. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? And there's no explanation. There's nothing. There's nothing here. She did kind of go down the road of it could have been like, oh, I don't know. And she's at this point, the explanation I'm not hearing, because all I'm hearing is, angels singing at this point. And I don't want to hear another damn thing, because I'm like, I know what happened. This is cashing in karma points. That's exactly what it is. Baby Jesus was like, you've been behaving appropriately. And so I'm going to give you this, because back up, when I would sit there and sob at night, Diana's trying to talk me back, down from the ledge. She's like, this is what I tell people, faith over fear, faith over fear. And I'm like, when did you become so awesomely poignant in the things that you say like this? This is great, because this is what I tell my students, faith over fear. So I'm like crying myself to sleep, saying faith over fear to Father, Son, Holy Spirit, saying the rosary, praying every night over this. And lo and behold, here we go. Oh my gosh. I had to sit down and just sobbed uncontrollably. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with the dog. Oh my gosh. Okay. I am not the guy to sit here and tell you this is God, this is religious, this is spiritual, this is a miracle, this is a intercession from Thomas Aquinas came down and said, I'm going to help you. I have no idea. I'm not going to tell you that. This is what I believe. You believe what you believe. I'm not. I believe what I want to believe. To me, this is an absolute miracle. And oh my gosh, floored. And I've just been on cloud nine since then. Oh, son of a bitch. Huge. We did, she goes, I do think that this dog is not 6 years old. You have him down as 6. I think he's more like 10. I think he's quite a bit older than what you think he is. And I go, well, I don't care. I don't give a shit. As long as he's alive, man, I am just, oh my gosh. Seriously, this is the type of thing that these type of moments keep happening, and just these off the rails, get in my brain, make me think moments that just happening now with great interval. And I don't even know where to begin. Man, I'm just happy I made it through without sobbing. If I start sobbing, the whole show's fucked. So I can't do that. But man, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. I sat down right here and I wrote 10 pages. Now, when I say write 10 pages, I speak into a microphone, because I tell these stories, and it's going to become part of the book, because I don't know. I just think that it's kind of I think it's tied in somehow. I believe that. Whew, man. Holy cow. Hey folks, I posted an interview yesterday with sports writer Kyle Meineke that I'd like you to check out. And he's just awesome. A great writer for MLive. He covers the Detroit Lions. We talked for about an hour. You can find it wherever you download my podcast. It is right near the top. They kind of cycle through. So I want you to check that out. If you're a fan of the Lions, you're a fan of Kyle's writing, you can check out that interview. The open of the Eric Zane Show podcast in its spiritual glory is brought to you by A&E Heating and Cooling. Thank you, Joe Martinez, for being who you are. You do have a person to help you with anything in your home, heating and cooling, maybe in your business too. Call upon Joe Martinez, 616-516-8579, aeheatingcooling.net. All right? Am I screwing that up, or is it AE Heating? Yeah, it is AE. I don't know why sometimes I think, am I saying that right? Call up Joe to get your furnace tuned up, and you should have that done once a year. Keeps things safe. He gives you a timeline as to how much life you got left in that thing. Gets it, does the necessary adjustments to make it as efficient as possible. Believe it or not, you use that thing for a season. You come back the next year, you fire it up. It's not going to be as efficient. Okay. I've got one that's like 20, 25 years old here, which I know he's going to want me to replace before too long. And he's got it humming at 89%. A new one, a high efficiency, you can get, that's like a 96%er, I think is how he describes it. But my old beast runs at 89% because of Joe's efforts. And if you need a furnace installed, he's going to use a Comfort Maker brand of furnace and or air conditioner. 616-516-8579. Man, I hope you believe me. I hope you, I know you believe me when I tell you that Benny does not have cancer. But I just hope that it moves you to think that the spirit moves in mysterious ways. I hope that that's what you think. I know some of you are going to be like, no, this is what I think. I don't think it's that at all. I think it's something else. But this is what I think. I really think that. God, did I feel good. I feel so good right now after that news. Son of a gun. Oh. All right. My friends at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. How about Megan, this dynamo? Megan, I think you need to give someone a kidney because your energy is so boundless. It like radiates. You're like a supernova. You know that? She, of course, is part of the team over there at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Your mom and dad really did the world a solid by making you help run that place because your organizational skills are second to none. She's helping me with the Great Food Giveaway, and thank God, because she's like, hey, I've got a sign-up form for volunteers who want to help you. And I'm like, well, I didn't know. I don't even know how to do that. And she's like, yeah, we got to do this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, oh, my God, thank God for you. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. 616-532-6600. This amazing service, I don't even want to say garage. They service European, Asian, and domestic vehicles. Your car, get it fixed at Irvine's, even if it's as simple as an oil change. You want to reach out to the sponsors of the Eric Zane Show podcast, and man, it won't let you down. Their service is second to none. They are the best. Their techs are constantly getting reinvigorated and re-educated on things in the auto repair industry, okay? Constantly upgrading, extending their knowledge base because what they work on, they're constantly changing. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, 616-532-6600. If you are in West Michigan, their location right along 44th Street. Just east of 131 by 3 blocks. It's a side street called Stafford. Turn on it. There they are. That is the place, in fact, where the Great Food Giveaway is going to happen. Update on the Great Food Giveaway. First of all, if you don't know, we're giving away 100 Christmas meals. Excuse me. No, it's gross. Just burped. On the 23rd of December. That's a Wednesday. Now, I understand it's middle of the week, middle of the day, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. But, I wanted it to be daytime. I wanted it to be before Christmas. And we had limited time to get this organized because it was I cannot believe it was that short of amount of time. Like last Thursday, that we started this. It was right at about the time that I got the word about Benny, the one-eyed wonder dog. And in that time, we have whipped together, thanks to you, just under $4,000 raised, okay, for this event. To feed 100 families, the estimate is just under $2,700 to feed them. You destroyed that with your generosity. And quite literally, I just had somebody who donated $5, which is just so spectacular to me. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for that. And then I had people who generated a ton of income and dropped a big wad of cash into it. And that's exactly what I was going for. And you did it. And I want to make it known that some of you are like, boy, I feel like I got to say something to Eric because I can't give any money. Don't do that. Don't beat yourself up over that. I know full well where your hearts are. You just can't do it right now. It doesn't matter. You'll get it on the next one. Don't sweat that. You just sharing the event on your Facebook so more people can get fed is all I'm shooting for, man. You paying attention to what I say means the world. So don't worry about that. There's enough of you out there that listen to this show from my freaking dormer to be able to tote the mail here. So don't even worry about that. So in a week's time, we've whipped up nearly $4,000. What's going to happen now is today I'm going to cash it out. I'm going to make a video showing you everyone who donated. I'm going to keep the names anonymous. But just so you know exactly the dollar amounts, because I've had you send money to my personal Venmo and I under @GreatFoodGiveaway and Diana's personal PayPal. That's tricky because in dollars and cents, well, I mean, let's face it. If I was an unscrupulous thief, I could just take that money and do what I wanted with it and tell you, yeah, we only raised $2,000. I'm going to pocket the rest. Well, that would really fly in the face of everything I've talked about on the show. It'd be horrible. So, but in the for the interest of transparency, I'm actually going to make a video of the transaction and show you all those numbers that came in. We're going to do a little math problem. I'm going to show you the dollar amount that's come in between those two accounts. And I'm also going to show you the receipt of the money spent at Meijer to get all of this amazing food for this giveaway. And then there's plenty left over. The leftover cash, which will probably amount to, I don't know, about $1,300, I'm going to donate online to Kids Food Basket, which is a great charity that feeds at-risk young people in the school environment right here in West Michigan. Great organization. Love them so much. So that's it. That's what we did. We whipped that up. You, me. I've got an army of volunteers that are going to be with me Wednesday at Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid, starting about 1 o'clock. Thank you, guys. I appreciate this. And if you want to show up, we're probably going to have more people than we can handle, but that's okay because we can just hang out, And then people who need food, drive up. We take a box full of food has a ham, a bag of potatoes, cans of corn, gravy, King's Hawaiian rolls, and a pie. And we put it in their car. Take care. Merry Christmas. The folks from the Grand Rapids Pit Bull Alliance are there with free pet food. They've been doing that. They have a mobile pet food giveaway supply setup where they just show up at places and people who don't have money to feed their pets and give them the freaking food. Oh, my God. Bring dogs. I love dogs so much. All right, we'll all have masks on, doing our things, making sure we stay safe. I know I will. I can't lift anything, so I'm just kind of like the eye candy. Hi, everybody. How you doing? And this is it. We pulled it off just like that. And I couldn't be more proud of this assembly of wonderful humanity that we have on this show. It's absolutely the best. In the event that we have food left over, we then pack it up and drive to Mel Trotter, 7 miles away, downtown Grand Rapids. I've already called them and said, hey, we might be coming. I'll give you an update day of, depending on how many people are showing up. Yeah, so either way, all food is given to people who need it. All money that you have given is, used to either buy the food or given to charitable organization. The way I see this going is now that we're doing it, where we just said, screw it, we're going to do it, and that's it. Now I can go down the road of, all right, setting up a legit charity with, all the different bells and whistles that make it even that much more of a thing that people can help out. So would give you an opportunity to help in the future. So that's like really, really exciting to me, and I'm really, really happy about it. So there you go. The Great Food Giveaway will be on Wednesday. Tomorrow I'm going to Meijer to buy all the non-perishables. Everything but the pies and the hams. Hams have to be kept below 40 degrees. Day of, Michael Ball from MB Distributing, Little Debbie, who stocks that Meijer in Jenison. Him and I will be driving to the Meijer, picking up the 100 pies, 100 hams, going, and then we'll take, it all goes to Irvine's, box up the food, and then we're ready, man. Yes. Holy crap. Okay. Need a drink of water. Hang on. Turning down the mic so you don't hear me slurp. It sounds weird. By the way, we've got an asshole of the day today. I actually wrote it ahead of time and put it down here. You'll know it as soon as we start talking about it as to who is the asshole of the day. All right, so I've been doing this for just under 1 hour. It looks like 53 minutes, maybe a little less than that. And it's at about this point that I start to feel a little bit of fatigue setting in. So I gotta, all right, focus. This is where I earn my money. All right, the Tarantula Farmer, what's going on? Tyler, Kenny says, oh boy, Zane plus math equals chaos. I think I've done pretty well today. Thank you very much. Mitchell says, we trust you, Zane. He's talking about the money. Yeah, I know that. But you see, it's still important to do that. It's something that has to be done. Trust me. I see a name that I don't recognize. Looks like Jody. Jody is here. What's up, Jody? How are you? Joanna. Look, I got to tell you about this. This is really, really great. While I'm at it, I heard from my friends over at Great Legs Winery, Brewery, and Distillery. They are doing this really fantastic thing. And wow, just in time for your self-quarantine holiday, you need wine and beer. Great Legs Winery, Brewery, and Distillery is doing a December holiday promotion where if you're driving down the street in Holland, Michigan, along Lakewood Drive, 1/4 mile west of US 31 across the street from Windmill Estates Mobile Home Park, and you see Great Legs Winery, everything's half off. A bottle of wine, even their number one seller, Traminette, is 50% off. A bottle of wine that was $20 is now $10. Okay? This is a big sale for them. In your house, you've got your howler or your growler, and you're like, I got to fill it up with some beer. 50% off. You walk in, I believe this will be half off, please. It's a huge sale that they're having right now. If you want to buy a keg, okay, they can do that too. For you heavy drinkers, a torpedo or a pony or a half barrel of their various brews, half off. Oh my gosh. Great Legs Winery, Brewery, Distillery. Website, Great Legs. I'm not saying Great Lakes, by the way. Some of you, if you're new to the show, you haven't heard me promote my friend said Great Legs before. Great Legs has to do with It's a descriptor for wine as the legs rain down on the inside of the glass. That's what I was taught. GreatLegsWinery.com. When you go to GreatLegsWinery.com, it takes you right to the order page. You can buy it online and then swing by there to Great Legs and pick it up, or just walk in or curbside, however you want to do it. 50% off, GreatLegsWinery.com. Hello, Joanna. Hello, Jim. We've got home COVID concerns here, and it's affecting the way the social life is and the way the Eric Zane Show podcast is. And it's like I'm looking out for Diana in the family, and she's looking out for me in the family. And she couldn't be more right, and I couldn't be more right. This is how it went today. Because, as of right now, ICUs are all full. You go to any hospital in America, the intensive care unit is all COVID. You've got people in the hallway, COVID patients. Doctors and nurses and volunteers are walking down the hall with COVID patients. You've got parking lots with tents full of COVID patients. Increased supplies of body bags. It's ridiculous. Okay, it's absolutely off the charts right now. And a lot of this has to do with Thanksgiving. So, it's absolutely running wild, which is, if you think about it, during the whole kidney giveaway, the fact that all happened in Los Angeles County, the most infected county in the United States, where 30,000 new cases a day were happening. It's still, I send Jeffrey texts all the time. Like, can you believe we pulled this shit off during this? What the hell? Oh my gosh, this is absolutely epic. But seriously, this is rough right now. It's not great. The amount of hospitalizations has caused it so that people with other emergencies and visits like that, it's tough to get the care you need because of all the COVID. So today, I don't care about vaccine. Vaccine's going to take a long time before that takes hold. There should not be a false sense of security that this is left. Okay, this is extremely dangerous. And I know there's the stories about, I had it, but I had the sniffles. I was uncomfortable for a day, and I had a quarantine, but I'm fine now. And not everybody. That doesn't happen to everybody. You hear all the time about people who are like my age, and then whatever happens, and then they're dead. So, that definitely weighs on me. So Diana says to me, "Hey, guess what I'm doing today?" And I go, "What? What are you doing today?" This is like an hour ago. Me and so and so and so and so and so and so are getting an igloo, and we're going to the so and so bar, and we're gonna have a hell of a time. And I go, "Oh." And then I take 2 steps away, and I go, "Wait a minute, fuck that." And I come back, and I go, "That's a horrible idea." "Why? We're in an igloo." I go, "Yeah, this is what I talk about on the show. You're under some false sense of security. Now, I could understand if it was me and you, okay? But it's you and these 3. That's different. Why?" I go, "Well, yes, you're in an igloo. So what? You're protected from, I don't know, the person who's going to serve you your drinks. You're still with people that work with other people. You're letting your guard down. This is what I've talked about. This is that exact mentality that will get you sick and in turn get me sick. So no, you're not going anywhere. Fuck. I mean, I actually said you're not. No, I'm sorry. You're going to have to figure out a different plan, but you're not doing that." And she right away, she did not give me any shit whatsoever. She goes, "Yeah, you're right." And I go, because I mean, these three work with people and they might be exposed. And I go, not now. It's just it's like wildfire right now. And if we're gonna go, if we're gonna be extra careful when we're on airplanes and be extra careful when we're in another state or whatever it is, it doesn't make sense to be less careful now. So we got to do that. We got to be consistent here. And she goes, "You're right. You're absolutely right. I'll cancel that." I go, "Yeah, fuck yes. Thank you. Yeah, we gotta do every step we can to, because for me, if I'm walking to the store and I pass someone who's got it, that's way different than sitting at a table, taking your mask off to eat, and you're laughing and you're pluming out like freaking a mushroom cloud at the table, and who knows what you could be exposed to." So absolutely not. Way different. Way different. If it was just you and I going, maybe, but not in that setting. It's multiple variables that I'm not comfortable with. Okay. I come walking in here. "Hey, I need you," she says. I go walking back in there. She goes, "Are you doing the podcast with Ben today?" I go, yeah, sure I am. She goes, "I don't mean to, I just got to thinking about it since you're making a big deal about this. And I agree with you," she says, because she goes, "Ben shouldn't come over." And I look her in the eye and I go, "You're right." I go, "You're absolutely right." So I'm watching her back. She's watching my back. And I go, "No, that would be a huge mistake. And it would be hypocritical and I would be dangerous." So I go, "No, there's no question." So I reached out to Ben immediately and I go, "Hey, I want to do it via Zoom," which is not a problem. Be doing the Ben and Eric Patreon bonus podcast via Zoom. Hey, so it's for the time being, I got to do the show with you on Zoom. I'm freaking out about this COVID thing. Is that okay? He goes, "Yeah, that's understandable. I'll try to get it so I have a mic hooked up to my computer or my phone." I'm like, "No big deal. It'll be fun." So the Ben and Eric Patreon bonus podcast today, the Patreon podcast with Ben, will be a Zoom thing only until further notice. Because I don't know, man. I just want to lay low. I don't want anything weird going on. I want to give myself the best chance for survival. That's all. That's the way I'm looking at it. You do you, I'll do me. All right. Hey, one thing I can do from right here at home is my cameos. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. And if you are on my Patreon, you saw me do one live for Colin, who Colin was just an absolute Neanderthal. And he hired me on Cameo to bust his balls for a poor decision he made. He infected himself with COVID because he wanted to hang out with his bros and do like a workout. And I'm like, what kind of animal are you? So his wife, everybody had to stay home. The kids had to miss school or whatever. The wife had to leave work. It was just a complete shit show. He had me do a cameo for him. If you want me to roast a friend of yours, maybe for a birthday or just say hi to someone, I can even be nice if you want me to. Cameo.com/Eric Zane is where you go. They cost $15.99, and then they suck the life out of me by taking like almost half of that, those fuckers. But somebody's getting rich, and it ain't me. And they're not getting rich over mine. Since I started Cameo 18 months ago, I have done, count them, 67 cameos. You could be the 68th. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. If you are growing stuff indoors for the indoor growing season, you want to call upon Horizon Hydroponics, HORIZEN, hydroponics.com. All the growing equipment, all the growing supplies, necessary fertilizers, I guess you would need for your growing. Some of you folks are listening and you're growing cannabis indoors. You know, and Michigan is like a great place, a great place for that. If you want to give your plants a boost, go to horizonhydroponics.com. Now, they've got a great platform because they're set up to for all the online ordering anywhere in the United States. Orders $250 and more, you're going to get free shipping. And then use the coupon code Zane Show at checkout. That'll save you 10%. If you like, you can skip all that and order it online and then pick up curbside. Hell, you can just walk into the store if you want. You can wear your mask, of course. They've got 4 locations on Alpine and Grand Rapids. Byron Center, they have the Growers Outlet, and Kalamazoo and Lansing. And they're really knowledgeable there too. You know, all these guys and girls, they have an expertise and can help you. Even if you're just buying online from anywhere in the USA, you can call them up and pick their brain about some of their products, and they'll make it right for you at Horizon Hydroponics. Thank you to John and Bridget for being part of this show. The Kent County Health Department, as you know, they've been on this show every day for pretty much 2 years now, and they continue to work tirelessly as the vaccine has rolled out. Now, you need any information about it, this is where you go, okay? That's the first stop in getting any information about vaccines for the pandemic. The Kent County Health Department, if that's where you live in this neck of the woods here, Kent County, Michigan, online at accesskent.com/health, or call them at 616-632-7100 or 7200 for any information you need concerning pandemic vaccinations. You see that news today that Moderna is now been given the green light. So that means more vaccinations will be made available. Red State Dirk just reached out to me, and he goes, I've got good news, Zane. I go, what is that, Dirk? He goes, I know some people are skeptical about the vaccination, but I'm telling you, it is all good. And he gave me the good news about Moderna. He is waiting in line patiently for his vaccination. And so that is all very, very good. So help is on the way. Thank you, Dirk, for spreading the good news about the vaccination that you are so fired up about. I can't even say that with the straight face. He is 0% on board with anything that I said. 0%. There is no chance that he would ever put that vaccination in his body. He is so staunchly opposed that I wouldn't be surprised if he threw a shoe after what I just said 1 minute ago. To each their own. He sends me shit all the time. He sends me links from with all these weirdo grainy videos and fucked up shit, and from these websites no one looks at. See? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just going to defer to my doctor. Let's see. Who should I trust? My doctor who touches my balls and puts his finger in my butthole, or Dirk? I'm going to have to think really hard about that one. You do you. I get it. But I'm gonna go to my doctor. Okay? I'm gonna take all those cool videos that you sent me, and I'm gonna say, Doc, Dirk wants me to share this with you. And then I should record his reaction and then send it along. That's okay. I understand. There's gonna be at least one American who is not going to take that vaccination. And in fact, I know there's more. In fact, 1, 2, 3. I can think of at least 3. That's okay if you don't. I'm going to count on my doctor. Again, finger up butt. If I give him permission to give me finger up butt, he gets permission also to tell me whether or not this is safe. You have to trust the guy who puts his finger in your butthole. Okay? You must. If you can't trust the guy who touches your balls and puts his finger in your butthole, if you can't trust him about the vaccine, well, then you can't trust anybody. Okay? I recommend you ask your doctor. That's all I'll say. You choose to decide whether or not you trust the guy with the smelly fingers. As always, you can send emails to the show on any of my comments on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Shoreliners Striping. It's tough to stripe a parking lot when the snow's about to fall. But remember them for when the snow melts and you need your parking lot striped or swept or your athletic field painted. They've got the gear. So there's this restaurant on Gun Lake, which is not far from here, in Middleville, Michigan, where the approach by the ownership of the Sand Bar and Grill, when faced with something they could not control, is so pleasant and a hell of a lot more sustainable than being an obstinate, stubborn asshole like Jimmy's COVID house, that I just find it really appealing. I love this story. I had no idea anything about this restaurant prior to the story, but this just goes to show you that when you decide to take the hand that's given to you and figure it out, that good things happen. I hate using it, but it so applies here. The buzzword pivot. It is the epitome of the pivot by the Sand Bar and Grill. What they did was, because they can't have anybody into the restaurant because of the shutdown, that, everybody's like, well, my business is going to go under because the governor hates me and the governor wants to control me, and that old tired bullshit trope. Rather than sit there and be crying twats like the cock at Jimmy's, these awesome people said, we'll figure it out, and then listen to the story of how it happened. I made a phone call off of the podcast yesterday to the lady who owns the place. Her name is Kim Campbell. It's about an 8-minute phone call. So on the live stream here, it's basically me just playing the audio and just sitting here reacting to it. But I want you to hear it. This is her words about how it all unfolded. Check it out.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hold on. Okay. I started by saying, hi, Kim. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so here's what got me about you guys at the Sand Bar and Grill is, there's nothing you can control with the pandemic. There's nothing you can control with the order. And you took what you can control.
That's it.
And here you go. What a bright outlook.
Well, thank you.
I am because we've seen this time and again during this pandemic. People who do the opposite of what you do, and they accomplish nothing. I am serious. The whole idea of what you're doing with the shanties, and then the subsequent buzz around a story like this. In the end, pardon me, I'm jumping in because you might not know what they did was, instead of serving people in the restaurant, which you can't do, ice shanties in the frickin' parking lot. So the parking lot's full of ice shanties. They just took everything that they do and put it outdoors. And then the couples, like husband and wife, show up. They're in the ice shanty. They get the food. They get the drink. Everybody keeps working. It's fucking fine. Brilliant. I think it's going to work out. So congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, I think it's going to work out too. I have no doubt that I won't stop trying new ideas, even if this one doesn't work out. But yeah, you're right about having to think outside the box, make new plans, adjust things. The name of the game for us basically has been from the start, just serve people. figure out how you can serve them food. And there's a million ways. If you just put your minds to work and be a little bit creative and not afraid to take some risks, things work out sometimes.
One of the things I've touched on in the past was when people like throw their hands in the air and say, what are the small businesses going to do? And I'm like, that's very kind of you to think about them. However, people who run restaurants and run businesses, they do that for a reason. It's because they're self-starters, they're motivated, they're creative, they have superpowers, most of them. Well, I
don't know about
the good ones.
But yeah.
and so when this confirms it now, I need to look no further in the news than any of these other restaurant owners who would go the obstinate, headstrong way and risk public health.
Jimmy's COVID.
Man, I'm just delighted with what you did. You have set an example for all these other restaurant owners that there is a way to figure something out if you just put a little muscle behind it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate all those compliments. My goodness. So yeah, I'm all about trying new things, and we looked at several different ways to try to stay afloat and do the things that we can control and try to just generate a little bit of revenue since April, really. And we've had lots of different ideas, and so basically some of them work and some of them don't, but you just keep trying and you're putting out more ideas, and the more ideas you put out, some of them are going to work, and it's just enough apparently to keep you going and keep all your employees employed, because we haven't lost any so far.
Wow. I'm really, really happy about this. And it's kind of like that. Just keep working and you're going to get a break. Eventually something may pop, because if you don't do all that you can control, then and you're not doing that. If you're a person that doesn't do all that you can control, you run the risk of wasting your time spinning your wheels, and you kind of look bad. You are actually doing it. It stinks, but you are doing it. And now the word is getting out and people are seeing. I would drive across the state to see you because of this.
Come on down.
You know what I mean? Now,
thank you.
Here's the thing, though. I don't have a shanty. What do I do?
Well, we have had several people tell us that. And so my daughter and I, Brandy, this is actually her brainchild, by the way. We were brainstorming about how in the world can we make this something where people want to come outside? Can we keep them warm and fed at the same time while they're outside? Can we actually do that? It's Michigan. People have warm clothes, maybe. And so during our Sunday family dinner, she said, hey, ice shanties. Everybody already has all their warm clothes. The lakes are not frozen. There's a million lakes here. We have a ton of ice fishermen, and they can't use their shanties. There's no frozen lakes. So we just went crazy with it. The whole family jumped up and loved the idea, and we chimed in, and ideas just came flying in. And so one of the ideas was that people don't have shanties, but they still want to eat outside. So we've got 3 now so far. Actually, we're gaining 2 today.
Yeah.
People are loaning us. People are loaning us their work construction trailers, and we're going to park those out here, and they're going to just let us leave them out here for the rentals. So for $10 an hour, we'll have 5 rentals that you can come out and sit in and have dinner on real plates with real mugs and cups and bottles.
How fun.
Plastic.
Oh my gosh. I am so, this
Remember
is so,
those?
yes, of course. This is fantastic. And all the time during this crazy time, there've been a few stories where I was like, wow, this is awesome. And you're just one of those bright spots, you're just, and so, I'm just, it's the exact opposite. You are doing the exact opposite of what people like, there's a restaurant in Newaygo, Jimmy's Roadhouse, where all they did was acted obstinate, headstrong, stick their finger in the eye of everybody and spread this disease. You did not.
Yeah.
You did not.
No.
And I'm proud of you because of that. And I don't even know you.
Yeah, I understand that there is a pandemic. I'm not oblivious to that. I don't know the correct way to solve it, and neither does anyone else. So whatever rules they come up with, I'm just going to follow them, but I'm still going to try to keep my doors open. And kudos to somebody that's willing to take those jobs to figure it out, because I sure wouldn't want to do that instead of this.
Right on. Well, Kim, you've kind of made my day, so it's been a real pleasure to talk to you.
My day.
Oh yeah, for sure. So there you go. Everybody should at some point reach out to my new friends at the Sand Bar and Grill in Middleville, Gun Lake area, And in fact, their website is sandbargunlake.com. And that's correct, right?
Yes, that's our website.
Yeah, you can check out everything that they have and call. Would you recommend that they call ahead, Kim?
If you're bringing your own shanty, we've got plenty of space. So if you've got, especially if you've got your table and chairs included, which some of them do, they're quite elaborate, I've found through this process. But if you don't have your whole setup and gig, but you just have your shanty, then it doesn't hurt to give us a call, because then we can have a table and chairs set up for your party, and then you can flipping over your table when you get here.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
if you don't remember to call, come on out. We can make it happen. So. But if you want to rent one, you definitely have to call, because those are already booked through Friday and part of Saturday. So it's going fast.
All right. Well, Kim, excellent. Great job. Give my best to your family, and I hope to see you at the Sandbar and Grill, okay?
Well, we'd love to have you. You come right on out.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, take care.
All right. Have a great day and a Merry Christmas.
Hey, by the way, I'd like to get you this sound, this interview, so that you can have it and pass it along.
Oh, that'd be fun for the website.
Okay. Well, what can I just send it to you on Messenger through your Facebook page? Is that good, or what?
Yeah,
What do you think?
I think so. I'm not a huge techie, actually. We just got our new website, and I'm not familiar exactly how to get everything on and off of it yet.
Sure.
But I know people who can. So how about if you can send it to me, like you're saying, on Messenger, and then if I can contact you back if the guy that helps me with my website says, well, you're going to need to do it this way. Can I do that?
Yep, absolutely. I'll get the ball rolling on Facebook, and then we'll go from there.
You're the best.
Okay.
Thank you so much
all right,
for
Kim.
all of this. I really appreciate the reach out.
Pleasure's mine. I'm glad to do it, because you're
good.
just capturing that spirit that has made me understand that at the end of this, it is a little bit sink or swim. You're going to swim, and you're going to do it well. So keep it up.
Hopefully, I'm going to do a nice swan dive off the high board.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. How about that? Kim Campbell, sandbargunlake.com. Man, the idea that, we got this pandemic, building shut down. What in the world are we going to do? Them not buying in to that shitty, disgusting attitude like that fuck Jimmy, and saying, you know what? We got this. It reminds me a little bit, maybe perhaps she had a little Jocko motivation running through her soul.
My direct subordinates, one of my guys that worked for me, he would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good.
Yes.
And finally, one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem. And he said, I already know what you're going to say. I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good. And I said, well, yeah. When things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better.
More time to get better.
Oh, mission got canceled?
Good.
We can focus on another one. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out? Good. Got beat? Good. You learned. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. That's it. When things are going bad, don't get all bummed out. Don't get startled. Don't get frustrated. If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, then hell, you still got some fight left in you.
Yes.
So get up,
fuck yeah.
Dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Oh my God. Every single time I hear that, chills. It never gets old. Oh, I just want to go out and box or something like that or something. I just feel like I can do anything whenever I hear that damn thing. Holy shit. Jocko Willink. I'll link it up. I always do. It's one of my favorite things that I play for you. The Jocko Motivation. He is he's a Navy SEAL and has seen a lot and has a podcast that is just terrific. I just love that guy. Very, very cool. All right. Well done to Kim Campbell and the folks at the Sandbar and Grill. All right. Excuse me. TC Paintball invites you over to their to have an engaging paintball event. I cannot wait to get back at it over there. We probably, Rick, should start talking about light at the end of the tunnel when this big hotspot of COVID kind of settles down. We can get back after it with an appropriately socially distant event. TC paintball is definitely a socially distant type of engagement because you're trying to stay away from each other. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. They do have limited capacity events that they will do and keep you safe at. You can still have some fun if you want to explore paintball with them, with your crew during the big Christmas break. I'll tell you, especially with the kids during Christmas break, there's going to be a lot of what the hell are we supposed to do? TC Paintball can accommodate you. Reach out to my friends at TC Paintball, online at tcpaintballgr.com, and everything you need is there. You just got to walk in with your crappy clothes. Don't wear good clothes. And you and the kids, maybe you and a few dads and the kids get together and do your thing. It would be so much fun, a great fun-filled event at TC Paintball. Please mention that you heard it on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Okay, Blue Frost IT, they've been with me for quite some time. Thank you so much. That is the official managed IT service provider for this show. If my tech goes south, I call upon them, and they help me out. They price things out for me. Hey, I'm thinking about adding this to my tech setup. What do I do? Yeah, well, this looks good. So they have that type of expertise. And then, God forbid, something goes wrong. And that's the real reason why I have them, because this podcast is entirely dependent on my IT. And if it goes south, oh boy, we have a major, major issue. And fortunately, I know that I won't be down for long because I have a specialist who I just text and I go, can you remote in and fix the gear? It's fucked. Yes. There you go. That's what Blue Frost IT does for a little old ham and egger like me, and for companies that have a much more elaborate setup. You need a monthly service plan from Blue Frost IT. Call them and say hello. Mention my name, 616-200-8550. This is another great startup company, and a lot of my sponsors are that, who worked in an industry, and they said, you know what? I can do this on my own, and then they branch out, and they're doing it on their own. That's what Blue Frost IT is all about. Again, 616-200-8550. Don't, with your business, risk this happening where your tech goes south, because when it shuts down, you're not making money and your customers aren't happy. 616-200-8550 for Blue Frost IT. But in the event that you don't take my word for it and your tech does go apeshit, have them fix it and then get on the monthly service plan. If you it's like Jocko. Your tech blow up? Good. Now you're working with Blue Frost IT. There you go. That's, maybe you'll learn the hard way. If that is the case, no problem. They can still help you. Okay. We need to dive in a little bit more into guy who sued mom and dad because mom and dad threw his porno away. It seems like the center for the ridiculous story of the week is right here in our neck of the woods here. Now, this sick son of a bitch who is named David Working. Some of you may even know David Working his dick to his porno. is a 42-year-old fucking loser. All right. Some time ago, he got a divorce. Congratulations to the ex. This fucker was married somehow to some poor lady who decided she'd had enough of his porno collection and being a fucking dork that she divorced him. I'm assuming that's all true. But can you imagine being married to a guy who's open about his porno collection? I mean, it's fucking sick. Everybody knows that if you look at porno, okay, this is the way it goes. If you're a guy, you go to your phone, you look at porno, you pound your pud, you get done, you towel off, and then you throw your fucking phone across the room because you're disgusted with yourself at what you did. You're like, fuck, man, I'm a fucking pig. You know, you always have, when you're in the heat of battle, when your dick is making decisions for you and you're all charged up, you can't think straight. So you do something ridiculous like look at porno and you're like, oh, yeah, I mean, I've been there. I know it. So what you do is you obliterate that and try not to look at porno. That's a horrible thing to do. I'll be the first one to admit it. I have looked at my priest stone cold in the face and said, Father, I'm a sinner. Why? I looked at porno. I looked at porno and I beat my meat. Can you imagine saying that to a person? That's happened. That is absolutely true. True story. And he's like, whenever the father sees me walking in the room for confession, he's like, oh, fuck, he's going to give it to me, man. This guy does not go lean on the confessions. He always lets it fly. He lets the truth and the spunk fly. Oh, shit, here he is. He's going to drop it on me. But so lately I've been focusing on not that. I'm like, look, hey man, Father, I haven't been pounding my pud or looking at porno. He's like, oh, thank God. Oh, Jesus. So, but this sick son of a bitch, not only does he look at porno, which I'm not judging you over this, but I am judging him because he like has a collection of it that he like cherishes. Who actually goes and buys it in this day and age? In this day and age, within 30 seconds, in 5 seconds, you can have the most sinister shit you could pop. You could have, a dog blowing a mule, if that's your thing, on your phone with just a few keystrokes and dick strokes. So why anybody would ever have to physically collect the porno? I mean, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Who does that? David Working does. And David Working's wife, some time ago, said, all right, I am out. I'm sick and tired of the porno collection. I mean, with that, if you have $29,000 with a porno, you have like a porno room. You've got like a room where you would have to display it, right? I mean, like my pal Kenny here, who right now is going, oh, no, man, he's bringing me into it. Oh, shit, what the fuck's he going to say, man? What's he going to do? No. Kenny, like, collects a lot of, weirdo shit. Like, over here in the corner by the American flag is that Arya Stark toy. Kenny's one of these guys that collects those dumb shit toys. He brought that over because of an inside joke. People collect shit. I get that. And depending on your collection, it reveals how much of a weirdo you are. Excuse me. Stretching. Now, if you collect those toys, a lot of people collect those dumbass toys. I get it. You know, that's not really that weird these days. Comics, books, CDs, music. I get it. But taking that little disturbance that you have of collection and collecting physical pornography and dildos, which is what this cock does or did, I'm sure he still does, he's rebuilding his collection, is beyond fucked, in my opinion. So David Working, who at one point in time was probably a sweet, cute little baby boy, somewhere along the road becomes warped and distorted and decides to start collecting porno. Now, I guess my thought on guy who collects porno is talk about something that really, you can't really share with anyone. Like if you go into Kenny's house, he's going to go, hey, man, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, I'm so glad you're here. Hey, feast your eyes on these. And you're going to see like all these toys and shit that he collects and other stuff that's going to be very unimpressive to the next Mrs. Kenny. Hey, man, well, feast if that's not up your alley. Yeah, over here in this room, I got a series of stand-up video games that I've been spending all of my money on for you to check out. Yeah, man, what do you think of that? And you're going to go, oh, yeah, it's cool. Or if you're a guy who collects sports memorabilia, you walk in and you got on display all the helmets signed. I actually have a friend who has every NFL team's helmet. He's a very wealthy friend. And he has a wall of all the NFL helmets. Now imagine the amount of room that would take place, but this dude's got a sweet setup, man. Tons of cash. And he's got all the NFL teams with every Hall of Famer on that team signing the helmets. Well, as many as he can. Some are dead. He does his best to get as many as he can. So that's actually pretty cool. For me, I like that. But still, it's on display. Shit he collects. So you got Kenny with fucking toys and video games and Miss Pac-Man and all that other shit. And you got Guy with helmets. And then you got David working with pornography and dildos. Does he like hang it from the wall? Is there dildos on shelves? Is this the type of thing you walk in and say, hey, oh, wow, I met this really nice guy online. His name is David. Yeah, I'm going to go meet him today. And at some point, David would have to say, yeah, let me introduce you to my room of porno. Fuck. You can't display that, right? Well, Working's wife, thank God, divorces him because he's a fucking idiot. At 42 years old or whatever, he says, Mom and Dad, who live in Grand Haven, Michigan, like 15 minutes from here. Hey, can I move back in? Now, Mom and Dad know he's a fucking animal. And they're like, yeah, we'll do anything for our kids because that's what parents do. But David, don't bring your $29,000 porno collection. We don't like pornography, David. And we don't like that you're taking it around with you. This guy might even have kids. God, can you imagine if you just search this piece of shit's name and you're one of his kids and you see, yeah, Dad's got a $29,000 porno collection. Just the level of embarrassment and disgust knowing that the world would have with you is enough to make you rethink your decisions, but not this sick son of a bitch. No. He moves back into Mom's house and Mom and Dad, so even though they said, don't bring the porno, he fucking brings the porno, okay? Time passes, and David gets separated from his porno collection. Mom and Dad throw it in the garbage. Yeah, score one for the good guys. David, we're doing this for your own good. We're going to throw away your butt plugs and your dildos and your porno movies and your magazines and whatever fuck shit you got in there. The Wood TV8's article said Working, according to court testimony, in U.S. District Court, boxes of films and magazines worth an estimated $29,000 were missing, including Frisky Business and Big Bad Grannies. They actually included it in the Wood TV8 story. Not included in the list, Yank My Doodle, It's a Dandy, Backdoor to the Future, and Schindler's Fist, which, frankly, that is, if there's a movie called Schindler's Fist, I really want to see how they took an unbelievably sorrowful movie like Schindler's List and made it into a porno where Oscar Schindler the guy depicting him is putting his fists into people for the porno Schindler's Fist. Fuck! Imagine being dad and he's just all disgusted. He's surrounded by porno. Some of the pages are stuck together with his kid's man glue. and he busts out Schindler's Fist. Oh. The idea that your children are looking at pornography and masturbating is enough to make you just fucking sick. Just disgusted. I don't know how mom and dad can. I mean, this is the type of horror that affects them for the rest of their lives. And these poor people are elderly. I mean, the fucking asshole is like in his 40s. So mom and dad are 70s and 80s, and old folks in their 70s and 80s. You know what they're supposed to be doing? They're supposed to be like taking care of the grandkids and maybe go to Florida and hang out with the other old folks, golf, I don't know, read a book, maybe go to a baseball game. But no, they have to wake up and think about their kid jacking his cock to Back Door to the Future and Schindler's Fist because he's such an asshole. Oh, my God. This dick working decided, well, mom and dad have really hurt me by throwing away my $29,000 porno collection. I am going to sue them. Well, he did, and he fucking won. Oh, my God. So now mom and dad have to replace the porno collection. How'd you like to be this judge, U.S. District Judge Paul Maloney, who, in my eyes, is an excellent judge because that shows that justice is blind. If you can be the judge and you hear all these factors of this fucking asshole and this poor mom and dad and what they threw out and how they're trying to help him, and justice is truly blind if you say, I rule in favor of this maggot twat who's suing his mom and dad because they did, in fact, destroy his property, including frisky business and big bad grannies. Not included in the list is footjackers. Quote, there is no question that the destroyed property was David's property, said Judge Paul Maloney. Defendants repeatedly admitted that they destroyed the property. To the letter of the law, they are screwed. Working's parents, though, said, well, wait a minute, we were the landlords. He was in our house. To me, that should stand for something, but I guess not, man. Defendants do not cite to any statute or case law to support their assertion that landlords can destroy property that they dislike, according to the judge. The judge told both sides to file briefs on the financial value of the collection. The court does not intend to hold an evidentiary hearing, he said. All right. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the asshole of the day is David Working. David Working, fuck you. What a total fuckface. Congratulations, David. You've won an award. Where do you go? Oh, sorry. It's covering it. The asshole of the day is covering Henry Steffes. Now you can't see it. Sorry, Henry. I got to get it in there. If you where do you go from here if you're David Working? Because if you look this guy's name up, I mean, it's just it's just going to be like a fucking El Chapo rap sheet, for God's sake. David Working, guy who jacks his dick to $29,000 worth of porno and then sues his mom and dad when they throw the shit away. What a fucking clumsy idiot. Fuck you, David Working. What kind of sick son of a bitch sues his mom and dad over his used porno collection? My God. How does he get a job? How does he do anything? Can you imagine he puts in an application and whatever? He wants to get a fucking job at the dollar store there. All right, let's do a simple background check. David Working. Oh, my God. He sued his mom and dad over $29,000 worth of porno. Congratulations. You got the porno. It's the last thing you're ever going to get again, you dumb idiot. Holy shit. Wow. Hey, if you ever want to get links on all of my stories, I at the end of the audio podcast or on the show notes of the audio podcast, I put it all in there. You can I linked them up to my website or just go to inthenews.ericzaneshow.com. Can't stress enough that if you ever want to reach out to me, Shoreline or Stripe and Inbox, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. If you have a business and you think you want to be on the Eric Zane Show podcast with its growing audience and its growing list of sponsors, please reach out to me. I don't care if your budget is teeny tiny or a little bit more extravagant. I can accommodate you. We can figure it out. My marketing plans are effective. They're about 1/10 of the cost of other marketing plans with just as much reach as radio. And I do it all from right here, and it's just you and me, and it's a handshake deal. And I've got dozens upon dozens of satisfied sponsors who will testify on my behalf to the effectiveness of being on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Got one more thing for you. But before I do that, more of these sponsors that I speak of that keep this free podcast free. Okay. I've been working with this accountant for years. His name is Troy Ginzer. He owns Tag CPA, online at tagcpa.net. Personal accounting, business accounting, he does it all. Every year at about this time, he's on the show, and I'm telling you to go to him to get your taxes done. This is the easiest thing in the world. You call him up, 616-301-9516. Yeah, I think I want Troy to do my taxes. Okay, if you're a newbie, you've never done it before, he's going to need a little background from you, like the last year's return, just for to help him with the learning curve. No problem, though. You upload it to his online portal. Clicky, clicky, scanny, scanny. He's got it. You're on the books. He's going to send you a day that he's going to do your taxes. I am doing your taxes on March 3rd at 2 p.m. I need all of your information. Stuff your employer sends you, all those documents, anything else, he'll tell you. Scanny, scanny, uploady. He gets all that. You don't even have to be face-to-face. Be near a phone when he does your return, because you might get a call. Hey, what's this? Uh-huh. Okay, great. All right, thank you. Click. Hangs up. It's all business. Gets that shit done. 3 days later, money's in your bank account. You got your return. That's it. That's how you do it. Now, I'm kind of old school. I like to see his beautiful gnomish tax hobbit face once a year. So I actually go to see him, and I sit across from the desk from him while he actually does the return. You can do that too. It's up to you. Being that you don't have to be face-to-face, you can be anywhere in the United States to get your taxes done. And if you listen to this show, no matter where you are, and you want somebody to do your taxes, I'm encouraging you to try Troy. Okay? Tag Accounting, 616-301-9516. 616-301-9516. You better call now. Don't forget. I'm giving you permission to stop the podcast and call him right now and get on his radar. Please mention me. And by the way, he's deadly from three-point land. I know a story. This is a true story where Troy, I think the number was 6, 7, or 8, 3-pointers in a row during the basketball game. So much so that the guy that was guarding him actually had a temper tantrum because Troy, every time he would sink a downtown three, would go, boom! Was having a good time and upset this snowflake so bad that the guy had a temper tantrum right there on the court. It's all true. Ask him about it when you get your taxes done. Just go boom. He'll know exactly what you're talking about. Last but certainly not least, the man who put the notion in my brain to do the great food giveaway is Denny Fake News from A&D Cleaning. Now, D is for Denny of the A&D Cleaning, but the A is really the straw that stirs the drink. That would be Amy. Strink. What the fuck? Amy Porter from A&D Cleaning. Call her today at 616-550-3644. They bring you my dog Daisy as well. A&D Cleaning, 616-550-3644. Get your home clean by A&D Cleaning in the West Michigan area. When you call that number, basically, you're getting an estimate. She's getting the information. How many times a week you thinking? Just once a month. Okay, great. I want to come check out the house. She's going to come in. She's going to be wearing the mask. She's going to, all right, it's going to cost you this much for me to clean this house once a week. Boom, you're done. It makes a great gift. Call her today. Mention my name. A&D Cleaning, 550-3644. Before we wrap up today, I'm extremely flattered and always happy when it is revealed by you, the audience, my friends, just kindness. And I get that all the time from you. And with even just in the past year, like the passing of my mother, the people that came out of the woodwork and the extra care that was taken, and I mean wind chimes that were brought to the house by you all, who kind of like, hey, let's do something for Eric to honor his mother, and stuff like that. When we went away for the great kidney giveaway, the fact that you guys banded together and spent a bunch of dough to buy ingredients for food, and then Megan made food dishes for Madison and No Filter Kevin to eat while we're away. I mean, just shit like that you guys do to take care of us. When I was away from my mother when she died and had to take the dogs over to Doggone Spoiled to be taken care of, somebody reached out to Lisa and paid for that. I mean, just incredible stuff. And yesterday, someone's at the door, and Madison says, there's someone at the door, some guy. I don't know what's going on. I go down there, and it's Chris Bruinsma. And I got to put on my glasses so I can read this, because I'm going to read every bit of it on the podcast. This is like something that you would hang up. I don't know. It also looks a little bit like something like when you were a kid and you'd sit at the table and you'd have a placemat of all 50 states or something like that. So basically, if I'm sitting there at my table eating my chicken nuggets and my apple slices, I can have my thank you placemat from the Zaniacs. So what you got here, this thing's laminated, and so it says thank you on it. It kind of looks like a menu almost. And then it's based on the whole great kidney giveaway. And then there's an organ donation ribbon there. And so that's cool. And then a classic picture that was made by Pellerito of a number of faces. Some of these people on this image from the Zaniacs United fucking hate me. Like this guy, Jim Brady here, I got in a huge fucking fight with this guy. I think that guy hates my guts. Is Troy from Gun Lake on here? Because that fucker hates me too. Sure, Eric, wreck it. No, it's true, though. He does. The guy can't stand me. I don't know if he's on this. But anyway, that's that. So you're thinking, oh, that's so cool. But then the other side of it. These are all handwritten notes from you all. And I'm going to read them right now. Now, you need to know that some of them are so small that I need to take my phone and magnify them in order to read it. But that's okay. If I make it through this show if I make it through this part, and if I get through this whole show without crying, it'd be a miracle. Eric Zane, keep being you. Wait a minute. What does that say? Eric Zane, keep being you. You. I can't read it. I'm so sorry. The very first one, I can't read what it says. That's embarrassing. I think it's more of a, I don't think there's a signature on it. But anyway, thank you to whoever wrote that. It's this one right here. Eric Zane, keep being you. And then, no. Oh, Eric Zane, keep being the best you can be. But it's not signed. Eric, I have followed you for 13 years. I loved every minute of it. I've loved every minute of it. Boy, I'm doing great here. However, your recent life-saving generosity defied my... God, I'm struggling, man. I apologize. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Some of it is faded because, the script didn't translate, so I apologize. Let me start over. Eric, I followed you for 13 years. Loved every minute of it. However, your recent life-saving generosity solidified my decision to be a lifelong supporter. Thank you for being you and being my escape from reality. Now, I apologize again because I just can't quite see who signed that. So whoever wrote that, thank you. Michelle Gray writes, Eric, You are the most unselfish person I've ever known. That's very flattering. Now, whenever I read these, by the way, it does make me cringe because it's kind of like this long. I mean, reading accolades like that it's just, I don't know. It's just weird for me. But I appreciate it, and I sometimes lose sight of the impact of giving away the kidney, and so. It did move a lot of you to do this, and it makes me very, very happy about that. So thank you very much. And I guess I could just say that if that not everybody needs to give away a kidney. That's not for everyone. Okay. Hell, the doctor that took it out of me, he hasn't given away a kidney. Not everybody's going to give away a kidney, and that's totally fine. My point is, if we just are a little bit more, take care of each other just a little bit more, the world's going to be a hell of a lot better off. And the bar is really fucking low right now. Okay. So you can do the absolute minimum, and it's a million times better than the way it's been. Sorry. Michelle writes, you're the most unselfish person I've ever known. This only solidifies all I've ever known you to be. This statement has never been more true. Not all heroes wear capes. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. Rick from TC Paintball. Love it. He just signed an autograph. Rick, TC Paintball. Dildo Farmer Amanda writes, no matter what, I'm always on your side. Get better and keep kicking ass. All right. Sorry I yelled at you last week. So proud to know you. Megan from Irvine's. Love you guys. Josh, Mendy, and the kids. They say hello. In fact, Josh, I think, signed it twice. This one is not signed. Eric, be careful with the stool softener. You might give us more Code Brown stories. Thanks for keeping it real and keeping us laughing, especially on the days we need it most. The pleasure is all mine. The Mike Ball family writes, Eric, just wanted to say what an inspiration the Great Kidney Giveaway has been for us. Hearing the interviews with Jeff and the bond of a lifetime that you have now built with him is amazing. The selfless act is an example to all of us how to make the world a better place. Proud to call you and Diana great friends. Well, likewise. Matt from beautiful Scranton, PA writes, Eric, I couldn't be more proud to support you through the years. Each day you make it easier and easier to follow. I hope you're doing well after the kidney donation, and look forward to listening to the end of your days. He wrote, till the day you die. Love, Matt from Scranton. Marcy, who I describe as Hard Eyes Marcy, writes, thank you for making me laugh every day. Beautiful penmanship, by the way, Marcy. God bless you for donating the kidney and saving a life. God has a plan. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. There you go. This is a puzzle. Let's figure that out. What is Jeremiah 29:11? I don't know how you guys remember this stuff. Jeremiah 29:11. Let's see. Eric Zane Show podcast Bible study begins now. Oh, I've read this before. Oh boy, this gives me chills. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Wow. That's a big one. That's like him saying, look, I've got big things planned for you. Don't panic. Stay calm. It's going to be okay. Believe in me and it's going to happen. Trust me on this one. I love it. Yes. Pellerito, Eric, great job on the successful, unselfish completion of this kidney journey. Kate, New Jersey. Dear Eric, thank you for always making me smile. The pleasure is mine. Chris, who delivered my Eric Zane Show podcast, Love Placemat. Easy. You may not have the looks, but you sure have a beautiful heart. Thanks for being a great inspiration. Well, that's okay. I don't have to impress anybody. I got the prettiest lady in the land, so I'm doing okay. All right. Tarantula Farmer Mitch. Now, this is at 0.05 font. Eric, you're a true hero. If only there were more people as selfless as you. Thank you. in the world. Zane, you may cuss like a sailor, but you will always be a role model to us. Thank you. We love you. Mitch, Tarantula Farmer and family. Josh, his second signature, wrote, glad you're recovering well. I hope that continues. Looking forward to starting the streak again and winning cash in Instagram Instant Trivia. Josh Mendy. Yes, that's her name, and the kids. Jason Mays. Jason, is this your penmanship? Because if it is, you're absolutely amazing. Eric, it's been great working and getting to know you over the past year. You're truly a selfless person, have been an inspiration to us all. You have built something truly amazing. We are all here for you. Here's to a speedy recovery and hopefully getting back to normal so the Zaniac family can get together once again. Amen to that, buddy. Okay, now this next one, I actually need to get the camera function on my phone and zoom in on it because it's a little faint and a little small, and it's Kevin Kuipers. So I got to read this. Kevin. Now, Kevin is the bowling dude who I play paintball with. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for bringing us on the journey of you donating a kidney. Every podcast left me on the edge of my seat just to hear the updates. I'm just glad everything worked out in the end. You are truly an amazing person. Struggling. For saving Jeff's life. Thank you, Kevin. Excuse me. It was just so small I couldn't even read the damn thing. Thank you, Kevin. The Zooters. Hey, Zane. Love you, Zane. You're an inspiration to all of us. Love the Zooters. God bless you, Dale. Wear a mask. Eric, thank you for the bleeping gifts you give your bleeping audience all year long. You bleeping rock. Merry Christmas, Joe Pellerito. Love you, Joe. Stevie. Eric. Hi, O'Neill. Oh, I want to see O'Neill all the time. How's that boy? I want to see O'Neill all the time. Where is it? God dang it. Where is it? Oh, my God.
Meet that boy.
I want to meet that boy.
When can I meet that boy?
Fucking Pellerito.
My fucking
Pellerito. There ain't no laws when you're drinking a claws.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws. Hey, honey, how you doing?
Here she is about to say something nice, and I'm blasting.
Hi, O'Neill.
I want to see O'Neill all the time.
I want to see O'Neill all the time.
Stevie writes, the donation you made has shown me the depth of your love for others and makes me appreciate you even more. Thanks for being awesome. Stevie, I love you. Michelle, wait a minute. Adam, Michelle, and Brian. Now, this is tricky. Now, Adam is, he does shit like this from time to time. I think this is written backwards every other line. In fact, I know it is. So it says, Eric, how epic an adventure. And then it's written backwards. Like you'd have to hold it up into a mirror. Thank you for bringing us along. But it's crazy. 2 lives changed, 2 lives brightened, and then the next line, it looks like it's Elven writing from like Lord of the Rings, the way it's backwards. I can't even read it. Adam does crazy shit like this all the time. Much love, Adam, Michelle, and Brian. Let's see. Jason, Andrea, and the kids. Eric, you're the most awesome people we know and love. Keep on keeping on. Love always, Jason, Andrea, and the kids. Love you very much. Go get your vaccination. Shelley, your selfless love for another human being is unmeasurable. This heroic act was beautifully executed. I thought it said, your selfless love for another human being is unreasonable, but it said unmeasurable. Thank you for the love you've given. Signed, Shelley. All right, there's a couple more that I got to read that I can't. It's just too small. Melissa. Okay. I'm so old. It's a quote. Bravery is not the absence of fear. Bravery is feel. This one almost made me cry, and it's almost going to make me cry now. Bravery is feeling the fear, the doubt, the insecurity, and deciding that something else is more important. That is, I can't tell who it is. Adolf Hitler? No. Benito Mussolini? No. Saddam Hussein? No, I'm not sure who it is. Let me know who that is, Melissa. I don't think it's Saddam Hussein. Eric, she writes, "You are brave. Thank you for being exactly the man you are." Thank you, Melissa. Melinda in Nashville. Dear Eric, I am in such awe of your incredibly selfless spirit. You have always had a philanthropic nature about you. However, an entire organ donation completely surpasses the call of giving. My prayer is that you continue to heal from the surgery, free from any further complications, and continue to inspire us all by your generosity. No one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of others. Wow. That was said by Charles Dickens. With much adoration and love, Melinda in Nashville. That is very, very kind. All of you have said so many amazing things. There's one more, I believe. I want to make sure I didn't leave anybody out. Can you imagine if I did this whole thing and someone was like, "Oh, I can't wait for him to read mine," and then I forget it? Adam James, who I call Adam Balboa because of his love for Rocky films. Yo, Eric, you did it. This is such a great thing you did, and I love the story of a regular, flawed person doing the Lord's work. I know you always thank the listeners, but thank you for all you do for us and making our days a little brighter by having the show. Remember, though, even with one kidney, if there is any more shit talking about Rocky, I will bust you up. I don't care. Your pal, Adam Balboa James. There you go. The placemat of love. I love it, man. Well, that's it. We have completed this week back. And looking back, man, on this whole thing, yeah, it's seemed like cruise control, and I know we. It was 2 weeks and 2 days that the kidney actually came out and went in, but leaving California was a big deal. Oh my God, we did it, mission complete. But being back here was also important because it's like, just picked up and kept going. No big fucking deal at all. I feel wonderful. The energy level is increasing dramatically each day. This was exactly what we set out to do. And I don't know. It just feels like something that is has overtaken the show and the ideas of what we're trying to accomplish and the fun that we're having. And it's just great. So try not to sit still too long and dwell on it, but I do from time to time go, oh my God, we did this. We didn't listen to anything. I think in the grand scheme of things, if someone ever does get the notion to do something like this, one of the things that can keep it from happening can be listening to interference and static. Like I talked to one of my cousins when I told her I did this, and the exact words out of her mouth, "Why are you going to do that?" And it's a very negative thing to say. I understand where it came from, but that type of thing does put doubt into me, and it did for a little bit. So I tried to just not bring it up. If it came up from people to me, that's one thing, but when it comes to family members and stuff like that, I waited for them to come to me, and if they had something to say, they said it. And God rest her soul. My mother did not. She didn't say shit to me. She was her poker face was so good in all of this. She because I told her in probably June that I was going to do this, and she passed October 16th. So she was fucking sweating it the whole time, and I'd call her and go, Ma, good news. What is it? Oh, yeah, what is it? I'm a match. Can you believe it? This is like early on in the process. And she's like, oh, that is so, thank God. I'm so happy for you. That is so great. I'm so happy. Oh, yeah, okay, see you later. Click. Ah! Calls my brother. What the fuck is he doing? What is going on with your brother? Is he crazy? He's lost his mind. He's going to give away a kidney. What do we do? She's like, what do we do, Jim? This is my brother. He goes, well, we encourage him. Encourage him? He's going to give away a kidney. Oh, my God, it's crazy. I had no idea. I had no clue up until, like, she passed that she was not about it. But I don't know. I'm rambling. That's it, folks. I appreciate it. It'll all come out in the book, you know? That's it for the week on the free podcast. Hope you have a great weekend. Be safe, please. And I got the Patreon bonus a little bit later on tonight at 7 p.m. We'll do a Zoom version of the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Okay, that'll be a first. That ought to be interesting. Have a good one, folks. Talk to you down the road. Thank you. Don't forget my Ride Into Work song, John Lennon and Elton John from 1974. As soon as this fades out, this music, you'll hear it. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye. Forget one thing. Patriot Nick is giving away a tier 2 Patreon membership for 6 months. Okay? If you win the trivia challenge. He wrote, anyone interested in winning 6 months tier 2 Patreon of Eric Zane, head on over to Zaniacs United, head to the pinned post and comment on the post about Patriot Nick's Eric Zane Show Tier 2 giveaway for a chance to win. There. Well, I knew I forgot something. I did forget that. Sorry, Nick. And yes, you could have fun with Nick and play this trivia game with him and maybe win the prize. There you go. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. Hold on. All right. There you are. Now the show's over.